welcome back to Made Aquatics. I have been gone for a lot longer than I wanted to, and I apologize for that. Things have just been crazy in my own personal life, getting adjusted to the new job, and just keeping up with my college courses. Everything's just been way too difficult to manage my YouTube channel at the same time, so I do apologize for that, guys. I am here today to talk with you guys about a new scape that I'm doing. You'll notice that it's in the exact same position that my saltwater tank was in. So, little side note, I got out of saltwater. I know, it's really sad, and I'm really sad about it, but it became too hard to keep up with on top of everything that I just said. I couldn't even be on here for. Luckily everybody went to good homes. All my fish went to good homes. All my fish went to one home, so they all stay together, which is really nice. The person who took them is a good friend of mine, says that they're only on loan, and whenever I get back into saltwater, I can take them back, which would be really cool because I can't wait to see Midas again. Midas is my clownfish. He's my baby. As for my corals, they all went to good reef keepers. I wouldn't give them to anybody who wouldn't take care of them. So I know everybody's gonna thrive where they're at, and as sad as it is, at least I know that everybody can be taken care of and there's no slack on maintenance or anything, and everybody will be happy. So I'll go into that though on a separate video about my saltwater tank, and that's not what we're talking about today. So today I did a scape. I had picked up a Fluval edge. I found it for $35 on OfferUp, which was super nice. Which my viewers, my guys, always check OfferUp or Marketplace. There's always cheap tanks, and they're not always bad tanks. I've seen a lot of the tanks that I've picked up personally, I've always picked up off of OfferUp or Marketplace. So definitely always check that. It's pretty much kind of like a discount tank because everything that I have in this tank, aside from the resident that's going to go into it, I barely paid for anything. So the rock that I got from Keller Materials Landscape, and I paid $2 for about 16 pounds. And all the plants I got from a good friend of mine. He just gave them to me for free because he had too many plants. Luckily they were all low tech, which is what I want to do. Spoiler alert. But this build was super, like, I'm obsessed with it. I love it so much. It's definitely one of my new favorites, not gonna lie. Although it was pretty strenuous and time consuming. Very difficult tank to build because it is a Fluval edge. Anybody who knows a Fluval edge knows that they have a very small opening, so everything was very difficult, but it was a lot of fun to work with, and I really hope you love this scape as much as I do. So without further ado, guys, watch the video. I hope you like it, and drop a comment, leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Apart from that, I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the video. So I have some smaller pieces. This is sea green, and they're about 3-inch pieces here. And then I also picked up some 5-inch pieces to build up the background and really give it some height. I also picked up some spiderwood pieces that I found would really look interesting in this scape. I picked these up from Salty Fish Aquariums. So for this next part, you're going to need some Great Stuff Gaps and Cracks. You can find it at your Home Depot or Lowe's. So now we're going to let this sit and harden for about 12 hours, and for me that's overnight. And then we're going to take some razor blades to it and just cut away all the excess foam. Silicone will not stick to a shiny surface. once you've got it all cleaned up, it should look like this. For the next step, we're definitely going to need some new supplies. So the first thing you're going to need is some black silicone, 100% silicone. Luckily, I had a used caulk and a caulk gun here at the house, so I didn't have to buy any extras. I also stopped by my local Petco and I picked up some Imaginarium black sand. So it is going to be matched with the rocks that we're using. Next, definitely want to put away those razor blades that you just used. We don't need those laying around. And you're going to need a paintbrush. I would buy a cheap one. This one only cost me about $1 at Home Depot. Also, guys, definitely don't forget your gloves, because this is going to be the messiest step you are going to deal with, and silicone does not want to come off your hands. And if I could just say something here, what I'm doing with the silicone is just laying it on nice and thick, covering all the white areas, and I'm placing the sand into the silicone, but I'm also smushing it in, that way it doesn't just brush off. And you're going to want to do that throughout your build, that way your silicone does not dry before you place the sand in there. I told you it'd be messy. So for this next part, we're gonna let it cure for about 6 hours, and then we're gonna clean up our area, take out all of our silicone covered paintbrushes, and get out our razor blades, and we're gonna be scraping off all the excess silicone and vacuuming the sand. So now that we're done with that part, we can finally get to the fun part, and that's planting our tank. So today we have 5 rhizomes of Bucephalandra SP Brownie Ghost. We have 5 rhizomes of Anubias barteri Varnana Petite. We have a nice miscellaneous Bucephalandra, good size, and we have a good portion of Microsorum terapus or needle-leaf Java fern. So I'm going to start out by just wedging the needle-leaf Java fern wherever the expanding foam shrunk. And that's normally around the edges here. That way no fish get stuck in the back and everything's all good, all the spaces are filled. And now for the Bucephalandra. Here I add some more rocks to make it look like a more natural scape and add crevices to the scape that I can wedge some Anubias and Bucephalandra in between. Now to fill up the tank. Use your hand to defer all the water away from the sand, that way it doesn't brush everything away. Also, I'm going to be taking a few trips, so bear with me.